Okay guys, so in today's video we're going to be building an awesome new enclosure for our emerald tree skinks. They've been in their 40-gallon tank for a while, so we're really excited to get them set up in their new arboreal enclosure from Reptile Habitats. So this is a 4-foot by 2-foot by 2-foot enclosure, but it's going to be the vertical one, so they're going to have lots of climbing space. They're going to have a pretty good amount of space on the ground to crawl around and hide and things like that. But we're really excited to get this set up for our emerald tree skinks. My name is Josh, and this is Lizard Wizard Reptiles. Alright, so for our first step, we're going to be doing the spray foam on the background with the Great Stuff gaps and cracks. Okay, so we got the background all spray foamed up and ready to go. So now it's drying right now, but while it's drying, we're gonna go ahead and set in some of our pieces and some of our cork and branches that we want to be in there. And we're just gonna let these dry into the spray foam. And this is gonna kind of create like a background for them, as well as places to climb. We're also gonna grab some branches. Some of the branches are gonna go all the way across, like from each side. But like this smaller branch, we're gonna just try and set in here kind of like this. And then let's get this one. And this one. And then we're just gonna spray foam those in just a bit more. You wanna make sure that those stay held in and that they're not gonna fall on any of the animals or hurt anyone. And with this cork bark I have back here, we just wanna make sure that they're not able to get underneath it, and that they're only able to use it for climbing opportunities and not to get behind there, because we don't want any animals getting stuck or anything like that. Then I'm actually going to put another big cork round up at the top there. And this will kind of hopefully end up working out as kind of like their basking area. So you're going to have the heat lamp up here shining down on that. Okay, now we've got the back done, and we're probably just gonna leave that there to dry before we tip it over on its side and do the other side. Now, the next part's gonna be a little bit more tricky because like I said, we're trying to take the branches and lay them across like this, like all the way across, so they can use it to climb on and all that, but we want it to be connected so that way nothing falls. So that's gonna be our next step once this dries. Okay, so now that the back part of that is dry, we flipped it over on its side now, and we're gonna start filling in spray foam on the rest of this side over here. Okay, so now that we got the background all sprayed in on that side, so like I said, with the next pieces, we're trying to stretch them all the way across. So we're gonna have to set this in such a way that it's gonna stay here in place until we can get the other side also spray foamed in. So I'm gonna set it in here, lean it up against the other side. There we go. So that's what we want there. Now I'm gonna spray a little bit up here just to hold that in place there. We're gonna put some more on later, but we're also gonna put some down here. Okay, now that should be enough to hold that piece in place. And then we're gonna work on this piece next. Now that one kind of sits in there a little bit better because I've got a little crevice it can rest in up there. Okay, so that's that side for now, and we're gonna let that sit there and dry till we can flip it and do the other side. Actually, I might go ahead and just put in a few more pieces of just cork bark on here because I think it's gonna make it look real nice. All right, and then we're just gonna spray this part in. Okay, it looks like this can is pretty much done for. So. And you just want to be careful when you're getting close to the edge here because you don't want the door to not be able to shut because there's too much foam in the way. But we do need to secure this in so that way it doesn't get loose or fall. Okay, so now we got that all set in. Hopefully that'll dry up real nice and should hold all those branches in until we can get the other side sprayed. Okay, so now this side is dry up here, as you can see. So the cork bark and the branches are in place like I want them to be. So now we're gonna spray foam this side and add in some more cork bark and branches to dry in. Okay, so now that we got all that sprayed, we're gonna add in some more branches and some more cork bark. So this one, let's see. So we gotta decide the best way to place this in. So this one isn't gonna go all the way across like some of the others, but this one we'll probably put about right there. And then we'll put some more spray foam around that. And then we're gonna have this cork bark right in there. And I think that's gonna be a pretty good layout for them going forward. So let's go ahead, we're gonna spray foam this in a little bit more to keep it secure, and then, yeah. All right, that should be enough spray foam to hold that piece in. Now we're just gonna let this sit to cure. We're gonna let this whole thing cure for 24 hours, so we're not gonna be back here till tomorrow. But once it's done, then we're gonna come back and we're gonna paint everything. And then we're gonna throw some dirt in there and get this all set up for our emerald tree skinks. So we'll bring the camera back tomorrow when we start painting. Okay, so it is the next day and this is all fully cured now, so we're getting ready to go ahead and paint it. So to paint it, you're gonna need, it's Drylock waterproof and cement sealer. That's what you're gonna need. And then to color it, you're gonna mix it with this Quick Right liquid cement. So we've already got some paint ready to go now. So we're gonna go ahead and just start painting. Okay, so we finished painting it now. So the next thing we're gonna do is, while the paint is still drying, we're actually gonna pour some dirt on the background. Now, if you take a closer look at what we painted, you are still gonna see some white patches, especially around some of the branches and stuff, just because it's really hard to get the brush in there. But as long as most of it's covered, you should be good. But we're gonna lay it down on its back. And like I said, while the paint is still drying, we're gonna go ahead and pour some topsoil down on the wet paint. Because what's gonna happen is all of this soil, maybe not all of it, but a lot of this soil is gonna stick to the background and give it a nice naturalistic look on the background. And then we're gonna leave this here to dry for yet another 24 hours. And then once we come back, we are gonna be finishing up decorating this and getting our emerald tree skinks put in. So we got the tank all ready to go and it's all dried, the paint and everything. So I think it looks pretty good so far, but we've still got to put in our stuff like our substrate and some more vines and things like that, and leaf litter. So we're going to get this completely set up so we can get our tree skinks put in. All right, now that it's good and misted down, it is time for us to transfer the tree skinks over. So give us just a minute and we'll be right back. So now we've got all the skinks gathered up and it's time to put them into their new enclosure. I really think they're gonna enjoy this. It's gonna be, they're a little squirmy, so it might be a little bit difficult to get them in here. That was pretty easy though. There you go. Oh, get in there. All right, now let's just look at them roam around and explore their new environment for a little bit. So that's our emerald tree skink enclosure build. I think they're really happy in their new home. If you liked today's video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to see more tree skink videos in the future, we're definitely planning on doing a lot more with them now. Right here at the end of the video, we're going to be showing you some feeding time with them just as a little bonus. And thank you guys for watching.